Hey, we are live. NFC, AFC Championship playoff week. Let's get into it.
When you step across the white stripe, the only thing that matters is that 6 inches between your backbone and your breastbone.
To the corner of the end zone. Does he get both feet down?
Touchdown is ruled on.
Nice. All right, guys, welcome back to Last Second Sports. We have Cowboy Ed again. We have Sam and Steve, Jerry, and we have Barfy
Howdy.
over there. Well, I hope everyone tuned in last night. We had some fun with Shock Collar Roulette 2.0. Barfy had a good time shocking us, and my neck's still trying to recover from all that fun.
Let me tell you right now, that was almost better than sex. Just pressing that button like, and then hearing the, oh, yeah. It was almost better than sex. So thank you. Thank you. I definitely might have had a semi being able to shock you guys. But
Well, okay.
TMI.
but now Monahan has the chance to torture me next time from
Oh,
April.
it's coming.
Oh, it's
Oh,
coming.
It's
That's what she
coming.
said.
As QAnon would say, it's coming. It's here.
And- yeah, but also about QAnon, they're wrong.
Crystal Palace is in place.
That's right. I'll get what's his name from Berkshire Hathaway to get some cinder blocks outside my house for next time. Anywho,
All right. Well, so only 2 games this week. We are coming down to it. We have Packers against the Buccaneers this week. I did check the weather report. It is snowing right now in Green Bay, but I believe by the 3:00 kickoff, it will be cleaned up and no more snow in the forecast for the rest of the game or anything like that. So I don't believe other than temperature is going to be an issue, but both are cold weather quarterbacks and they don't give a shit.
I don't know. Tom Brady actually said he's becoming a bitch now. Living in Tampa Bay. He's like, the cold's starting to bother me.
Well,
I think he's doing it as a play, though. It's a ploy. He's like, oh.
Nah, he's not going to be bothered by this, and I don't think we're going to go about. You have still Gronk. He's used to cold weather. Yeah, is it going to be a little bit different? For the majority of the team, absolutely, but I don't believe it's going to be that big of an impact. With injury wise, you have Tampa Bay losing out on Antonio Brown for this game. That's a bit of a hit, but they're still not going to have too much.
Is that really a hit, though? Is that really going to affect them today?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
Yeah, with Evans
Exactly.
and you have Evans, Godwin, Gronk, Bray, goes down the line. They have an arsenal of guys that can catch the ball, everything like that. Green Bay with Kevin King, again, cornerback. I don't know if that's going to really have much. They still have Alexander on the other side for lockdown duty on Evans, so it could be something like that. All right, well, let's get into it. We're going to go. First game of the week would be Bucs Packers. Ed, what are you feeling? Morning, Gooligan.
I guess you're gonna get my. There's my wife just peeking in on me, so I apologize interrupting my thought here. No, I appreciate you giving me another chance. I guess this is what, 2 in a row.
Mhm.
Something that typically Eagles fans never hear or have never heard. 2 in a row.
Oh, my God.
So
25 years ago.
Bye, Ed. Bye.
We've lost Ed's feed. Let's drop it.
No, it must be one of those.
We had a connection issue.
okay. All right. I can see that.
The government, logged you out accidentally, like they did everybody on Facebook.
Yes. Well, my philosophy on this game, just trying to look at everything on here. I mean, they're like Brian and I, we were talking earlier, they're almost evenly matched. I mean, you could throw all the figures in there. Didn't they play week 6, if I'm not mistaken? I think there was Tampa won 38-10. So is that a revenge game for Rodgers? Apparently stats, that was his worst or third worst career stats or completion that game, what have you. Just trying to look down exactly how the Packs play. 8-1 at home, 6-3 against the spread, 31 points they're averaging. But here's a bigger stat. Packs are 0-3 in the championship last 3 times. Brady's 3-0. You're playing Brady. You have, even though Brown is out. Like you said, you have Evans. You have Aaron Jones is back, or not Aaron Jones. Ronald Jones is back. They got, they're both their running backs in there playing well. I don't know. My feeling, it's an upset. Tampa Bay squeaks it out 31-30. I know you can see all the stats. Like I said last week, you're going against Tom Brady. He takes it to the next level. You're evenly matched. And then at that point, you just go for experience to an extent.
So, but also to agree with you on this, Ed, what's it called? Aaron Rodgers' records 1 for 3 when it comes to the championship games for this game. He's 1 for 3. So I don't think I don't think he's got it. I really don't.
Here's a couple other things. So you look at how well Green Bay is playing, right?
Well, everyone's playing well. They earned a conference championship.
But but you look at the last 7 games Green Bay's won. Look at the total. I think they're 53-73 of the last 7 games that Green Bay's won. Those team combined records. So he hasn't really played anybody in the last 7 games. Tampa Bay, they beat Giants, who has a good defense. They beat Washington, who has a good defense. They beat New Orleans, who has a good defense. Another stat, Tom Brady is 10-3 lifetime against a defensive coordinator, Tom Pepitone, something to that. So little nuggets like that, and then it's Tom Brady. I don't know. I think the experience, he's seen Pepitone's defense in the past, a 10-3 record. He's okay in the cold. He has a winning record in the cold, so that's not going to affect him. 6 months, he was, 6-8 months being in Tampa Bay. It's not going to affect him. He still has cold weather in him, so I think they pull the upset in here.
So you're saying Tampa Bay beats Packers?
I say 31-30. Tampa Bay wins this game.
Oh, squeaker. Soundman Steve, what do you got?
All right, I'm going to start off with Green Bay's. First of all, when who was the coach when Rodgers lost those 3 championship games? Didn't he? Where did he end up?
I think he's
that's cool.
Where did he end up?
Not true.
Who was that guy?
Didn't they lose last year? I think they lost last year too. So it was the same coach they had this year.
All right, I just had to throw that one in there. But
come on, man.
I don't know. I was watching. They're really reaching for questions to ask at this point because let's face it, these guys are all experienced. They're all playing well at this moment. These quarterbacks, all four of them, and they were reaching for questions. So we're talking about running in the snow up there in Green Bay. It's not the frozen tundra anymore. First of all, the field's heated underneath. I mean, we got, guys are grooming it every day. It's not like the old days. So the other thing is the question came out to to Brett Favre, or not Brett. Oh, Brett Favre, Freudian slip there. Aaron Rodgers.
Brett Favre. John
Madden
Madden comes back from the grave for this game because he thinks Brett Favre's playing. Brett Favre. Here's a guy when he puts his shoes on.
They wanted to ask him what shoes he was going to wear. I mean, like, come on, really? That's the only question you've got left. It's like he's not going to wear snow boots or anything. So
now I heard he was going to go with the Louis Vuitton pump.
a black,
so he can really stick his heel into the ground when he throws the ball. And it's also stylish to wear for you kids.
So anyway, back to the real facts of the game. I really want to lean toward the Tampa Bay, and I really don't want to talk about the quarterbacks that much because, like I said, they're all established and they're all playing well. So I think it really is going to come down to defense. So I kind of lean toward Bruce Arians' defense, and I think as long as they can get some pressure on Aaron, and keep him moving around, don't let him get comfortable. They've had a tendency to get started off very well early in games. So if they can throw them off early and keep the score lower, I think Tampa has a better chance of. Tampa's been playing better later in the game, so it's a trend that they've been following, starting off slow and gaining momentum toward the end, which is always to me a better finish as long as you don't get behind too much in the beginning. So I'm kind of leaning toward Tampa Bay, although with the way Rodgers has been playing and they're loose and It just, and they're at home. So, it's really a toss up. I think it's coming down to the end of the game. Might be a field goal, might be a Tom Brady drive again. And that would be kind of exciting. So I'm kind of rooting for Tampa just so they can stick it in Belichick's face. So I'm thinking it's going to be a little lower because I think we're going to have a little more defense than people were expecting. But I'm going to go 28-25, a weird score. Defensive games always have a weird score. So I'm going 28-25 Tampa.
I'm going to get a safety out of this?
Oh, buddy.
Go for two. You never know what the hell's going to happen anymore. Yeah. So that's where I'm leaning.
Okay. What do you got, Joe? Come on, Barfy. Let's hit this.
Okay, so this is how I think the game's going to turn out. Just like Jared from the Subway commercials, Tom Brady likes to come from a little behind. So it's going to start off strong with Packers going to come out swinging. They're going to come out swinging, and they're going to lose the gusto. They're going to lose the gas. Aaron Rodgers is just not going to be able to cut it. He's got all the people. He's got all the tools, but it's just not going to happen. And also I got to say this: the last time they were at the Packers were at this NFC Championship, they got killed by a last-minute bomb, 4th and 26 by Donovan McNabb by the Eagles.
Holy cow!
If we remember this,
I was there.
I seen it.
I was at the game.
So I have
25 years ago too.
I was there.
No. Actually, that was in this century. Actually,
hey, come on, man.
I mean, yes, it was. Come on, man. And so, I mean, this will mark the first non-divisional division championship for to reach the Super Bowl since the 2010 Packers. Actually, it'll also bring Brady's 10th Super Bowl appearance. It's spanning 3 decades. Rodgers, however, has played in only 1 Super Bowl. So. Someone has more experience here. This is where experience is key. Even though Rodgers is yes, I think all of us agree that Rodgers is the GOAT. This is where Brady shines. I hate to say it. Brady's going to come in. I'm going 20-21-17 Bucks. It's going to be a nail biter. And as Monahan said earlier, who's got the ball last? And we all know Brady's got that 2-minute drill going. He knows that 2-minute drill. But I will say that I feel that it's going to be a touchdown pass to Tyler Johnson, the 5th-round pick out of Minnesota. He only had 1 catch last game, but he's buried in the depth chart, but he has a knack for catching difficult passes and high-pressure situations. So that's what I'm saying, as I just froze.
All right. Okay.
I mean, what do you want to make more
Tyler
inappropriate
Johnson.
jokes? Do you want to make more inappropriate jokes, or I mean, yeah,
I don't care. I don't give a shit.
I don't know. You got a little
thing.
creepy when I made the joke about Jared from Subway. So I was like,
Do your thing. All right. Well, I am going to go. As much as I want to say that Aaron Rodgers will pull this out, and I do want him to pull this out, but it comes down to Tom Brady, and Tom Brady wins conference championships. It's what he does. It's just what he does. And he'll go and he'll come into this game, and it's going to be a great back and forth, a lot of defense sprinkled in there. We're going to see some turnovers. We're going to see a lot of that kind of stuff. And it's going to come down to who has the ball last, who makes that final mistake kind of situation. And with if you just look at how the teams are matched up with as far as just how the season is panned out for them, they are very much even. So like, what was it? Tampa Bay as it's averaging 30.8 points for. They're averaging 21.5 against. Green Bay is still in that same ballpark with 31.8 for and 18 points against. So they're very evenly matched teams. They both have very good quarterback play. They both have very good wide receiver play. They both have very good running back play, even though I think Aaron Jones takes a little bit more of the edge on that. Defensive wise, Green Bay finally has a defense. For years, it was always Aaron Rodgers carrying the team to winning records. This has been a totally different year. They have several guys on defense getting sacks, pressuring the quarterback. So I believe, you're going to see a lot of pressure coming from Green Bay side. They're going to get Tom Brady moving. And like Steve said, they're going to be looking at probably the same thing the other way around. But with Aaron Rodgers on the move is not a bad thing. It's not. This guy, Aaron Rodgers, goes right out of the pocket. He just has that like little hop step and
He thrives.
50-yard bullet downfield, So you're going to see it's going to be such an evenly matched game, and I can't even like really put anything on. So I'm going to say Bucks pull this out. Just be as Tom Brady. Bucks pull this out.
I mean,
it's as easy as that.
I did read earlier that this game has been heavily sponsored by AARP. They're calling this now the Geriatric Bowl. You got two of the oldest quarterbacks in the NFL. So pretty much who has their ass for cream, who's got their Bengay on, and who took their garlic for their vision or whatever the hell. What do you take for vision now, Dad?
Ginger.
What?
Apparently, he didn't take his hearing cream either.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
All right. Well,
apparently, if you masturbate too much, you go deaf.
I wasn't going to answer that one. What'd you say?
Exactly.
Oh my God.
Also, real quickly, Mr. Colgan popped in here and said, over under is 53.3. He's taking the under, and Green Bay at -3. I kind of agree with this.
That's what I said. 28-25. It's 53 points.
That's
Yeah. It's right there.
Yeah,
man.
under. This is gonna be the first time in a while that I'm not putting any money on games. This shit is just too.
Holy shit!
I'm not putting money on this shit. This stuff is just. It's not even. It's not. No, the lines for both games are 3 points. Even Vegas is kind of like, I'm not quite sure.
They don't even want to bet.
Yeah, they're like, let's just throw 3 points this way, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, they're literally just going like this.
Yeah. So I'm not even good. Like you want to play unders and overs and that kind of stuff. But I'm not touching point spreads. I'll throw something out there later on in this podcast. But honestly, I'm not touching these games. This could be a high scoring back and forth. Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers. It could be a 45-52 game. Defense just totally falls asleep at the wheel. And the great quarterbacks show why they're great quarterbacks.
I agree.
Or it could be
who's got the best cortisone in their shoulder for the game.
Or it could be who's going to be this guy who's going to be old and tired. The defense takes over, and then you're looking at a 15-13 game.
I think it's going to be a low scoring game. I would take the under. But also, what's my rule about when it comes to betting in the point and the odds?
7 points or less.
If it ain't 7 points, I'm not taking it. So I wouldn't. Today's the day to make a bet with your buddies and do a wear a dress in the middle of the highway bet, not money. That's where I would go with it. That's my personal opinion. And I think it's more. Valuable.
I think.
Right. Well, let's move this on. We gotta speed this up a little bit. We spent 20 minutes on one game.
We only have to. All the teams that are playing today. God, what is wrong with us?
I know.
Damn it.
We gotta move on. Let's move this along. With the
that's right, Brian. Moving on to the Bills and the Chiefs. What do you got there, Cowboy Ed? What do you got?
Not too much, man. I think looking at Mahomes, he got hurt last week, even though he got a concussion.
Yeah, he's fine. They said he's fine to play.
He also hurt his knee. The hit wasn't even as hard.
No,
as my quarterback Dalton got hit by.
I think it's his foot, Ed, but he is gimpy. Let's put it that way.
But he looks like a 12-year-old boy. Come on. I don't think he's fully developed yet. He didn't take his calcium.
So he is playing, but is that that leg, knee, foot, whatever? Is that going to limit him from the rolling out? Is that going to limit him? They played week 6, something to that. I think KC, had 200 and something yards or 245 yards, I think, rushing against them
in week 6.
Yeah, that's right.
Right. So that means Mahomes didn't really throw the ball too much. Everything was running the ball. Everything was running. So can the Bills stop? Are they susceptible to that run?
The problem with you're right. The Bills have a they're one on the lower end of stopping the run game.
Yeah.
So I mean, Pat Mahomes will not be going downfield much.
Right. He might not have to. So if they can, if they can't stop that run like they did the first time, you got to pick your poison. So I think, they got the two running backs are playing, if I'm not mistaken.
Edwards-Helaire and Bell.
Bell's there. So, run the ball. Maybe they don't have to utilize them. And then if they stay up on the line, then, who you got? You got, I don't know, Kelsey. You have every other weapon, that he has access to that.
They're going to shut down Tyreek Hill today. That's for sure.
Yeah, I did see that the Bills defense they were giving up over 30 points per game during the regular season. I think in the playoffs, it's about 13 roughly. So, is it the defense going to stop Mahomes? Is Mahomes going to stop himself? Yeah, I don't know. I'd rather go with Mahomes, the experience, Andy Reid calling, like he did last week, that stupid play on 4th and inches, throwing the ball. So he's going to, be aggressive. I just like KC. KC, winning it out. 21-17, 1-13. Low scoring game. I think it's still going to be low scoring game. I think because they're going to try to run the ball. But other than that, I don't see the Bills with the inexperience. They're happy-go-lucky. Sorry, Mafia, but I don't think they're taking it.
Yeah.
What do you got, Steve?
All right. Well, within the run game, with the Chiefs go back to the run, they were saying the Bills last time were playing 2 deep safeties to keep Tyreek Hill under control. So, again, they may have given up a lot of yards on the ground. That doesn't mean that Kansas City's going to stick with that. Andy doesn't like to stick with that for too long before he gets itchy and wants to run some crazy play that he devises during the week.
Yeah, when he's sitting at Waffle House, just what do I do? We're gonna
all his offense coordinator, aren't they? They're all bidding for jobs, so they're going to try to score.
They're going to try and look great. Yeah,
good. You know what I mean?
So if they can, if they're saying that they only gave up one play over 20 yards, 22 yards against them last time they played together, the Bills. So, if they go with the same strategy to shut down the run, to force Tyreek Hill and stay in front of them, I think they can stay in the game long enough for Josh Allen to maybe pass his way to keep them in contention with them. The whole thing with we know Mahomes, you got to keep everything in front of you, make sure he doesn't get out and make one of his crazy little gadget plays and broken plays and throws it down over your head when you had everyting covered.
They did baby-proof the helmets. I did do that.
They do that all the time.
They baby-proof the helmets for Mahomes.
It's going to be curious to see how cautious he is in running around because of the concussion. We'll know pretty soon, I think, early in the game, how much it was affecting him. And again, and the foot injury or whatever it is, leg, foot, whatever. They were saying that was actually limiting him quite a bit before he got injured last week. So you're going to try and keep him in front of you. Obviously try and keep the score down where you can out pass them. Basically, Josh Allen's thrown the ball 73% of the time in the playoffs, and the Bills are not hesitating to go downfield with the ball. Stephon Diggs is obviously the guy they need to shut down on the Bills side. Of course, everybody's going to try and shut down the other guy's best.
Beasley, they got to watch out for Beasley.
Yes, and that opens Beasley up underneath, and you're going to see a lot of that underneath game going on. But I do think the Bills will be able to move the ball against Kansas City. It's just a matter, can they outscore them? So again, Kansas City's the favorite. Everybody wants to pick Mahomes, but being with him being a little banged up last week, I don't know if we're going to see the same guy. So if Josh Allen can get on track early, I think that they have a shot to be right in it in the fourth quarter. That being said, I'm still taking Kansas City, maybe by 4. I don't know whether you're going to go over or under on this one. The chances are, I don't think it's going to be as high scoring game as, again, like these conference championship games tend to be a little bit closer and lower scoring because the defenses step up. I think it's, I think that's really what you want to watch. Who's getting pressure on the other guy's quarterback?
All right, good points. Good points, Barfy. Barfy, who you got?
So this is going to be a defensive game. I've got Bills at 28, Chiefs at 24. So again, Sam Steve was talking about Josh Allen, 74% of the time going in the air this whole postseason. So I think they're going to stick to that plan. I don't think the cover 2 that they're going to do on the Bills. I don't think it's going to work. They can double team them all day long, but sometimes when you have a whole life, you can take more than 2. So it's
Bill's playing the chefs there.
Man, that's great. But who the chefs? Great, googly. I don't. So, but week 6, they Kansas City had the 245 yards against Buffalo. But I feel the Bills. This is going to be as a Bill defense game. Bills defense is going to step up. They're going to stop Mahomes. They're going to shut down Andy Reid and any ideas that they have. So that's what I'm going with. It's going to come down to either Josh Allen running it in at the last, whoever got the ball last, popping it in, but it's Bills all the way. And since they haven't made it to the Super Bowl since 93, 94. The last time Dallas ever saw a Super Bowl? No.
Yeah. No, they won 96, I think, right? Right, Ed?
That's right. That's
with
right.
With what's his name? Who's that coach?
Barry Switzer.
Yeah, Barry Switzer. That's it. Yeah, he did nothing. He just had to show up. But okay, well, all right, Barfy. All right, so we're gonna go over, and I'm gonna say, as much as I want to see the Bills win this and get to the Super Bowl and whatnot, I don't see it happening. I think Mahomes and company, Andy Reid, they got this on lockdown. I think the Chiefs get up big early, and it's going to be 30-20 Chiefs. And I would like to say that the Bills game plan, I'd like to see McDermott game plans and tries to stop Mahomes and Tariq Hill and Kelsey and try to stop. I think there's just way too much going on there. They did, as far as points are concerned, the Bills averaged 31 points for, Chiefs were 29.6 for, and then against Buffalo was 13.5 to Chiefs 17. Like, these are two very good defenses coming into this. So this is nothing to really sniff at, but I do believe that this is just going to be entirely man, I really want to say that Bills are going to pull this off. But I just, for some reason, I'm just thinking it's just going to get away from too fast, too early. And that's how it's going to look. They're too young. Allen is going to get there. Allen will get a Super Bowl. Allen has played lights out all season long, but I think he's going to come just short. And that's just how it's going to look. Mahomes is going to go to another one. He's going, but I don't think he's going to win. I think this might be, if it comes down to it, a Chiefs Bucks Super Bowl, and Tom Brady wins the Super Bowl in Tampa Bay. And the town's going to go freaking nuts and everything.
That will be the first Super Bowl that the hosting team actually
wins.
And I can see that coming. And I agree with you on this. Though I say it's going to be Bucks and Bills, and the Bills are not going to be able to handle it. That's rookies versus geriatrics, and But I will say for today's game, go Power Rangers, go Bills. Damn it! I'm just saying.
All right. Well, as far as the lines are concerned, I told you guys I was going to throw out something like that. But yeah, I'm going Bucks +3, and I'm going to go Chiefs. They are given 3. But yeah, that's that.
So pretty much Vegas is saying this is going to be a field goal game. Both games are going to be a field goal game. So it's pretty much who's got the better kicker, who's going to be who can kick under the pressure, who's going to be able to make that long drive.
That's
who's
Mason Crosby.
Who's going to have that leg that's going to be able to go 53 yards when it's freezing outside.
It's funny you mentioned that. Mason Crosby has not missed a kick yet this year.
Oh,
and now you just jinxed him.
Jinxed him.
The second Joe Buck, if Joe Buck says it,
man.
if Joe Buck says it today,
The kiss of death.
Joe, and I'm a douchebag and fuck Philadelphia. This kicker hasn't missed a kick all season. Oh my God, the last kick of the game, he blew it.
Who did that? That was what was it? Anderson, Gary Anderson for the Vikings, I think, did that. He was perfect all year long, and then he missed it. He missed it. He missed like a 30-yarder or something like that, and they lost. Yeah. Yeah. Or is that Morton Anderson? Gary Anderson, one of the Anderson brothers that were kickers. So one of those guys had a perfect season and they fucked it up in the NFC Championship game.
And probably after Joe Buck said something.
Probably.
Troy, I'm a douchebag and all, and I have a douchebag haircut, and this guy's going to fuck it up because I just was taking his praises. And so hopefully they put a muzzle on this guy. I can't stand him. So fuck you, Joe Buck. You and Dane Cook and Will Ferrell can all go Dutch rudder each other.
All right. All right. Well, and Steve, thank you for joining us this week. Hopefully, we'll see you back in 2 weeks for a Super Bowl preview.
I got a question. We got a little bit of time. We only, we got 10 minutes left.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on Matt Stafford going up into the trade bin?
Going where?
Matt Stafford's up for trade now. He wants a trade.
They're not trading him.
Huh?
No, they have reports already going out. He's going to Philadelphia. They have no quarterbacks over there.
Do you want to get kicked in the dick?
But
frankly, no. But you're right, though.
We're collecting quarterbacks. Howie says we're the best.
You guys are a quarterback factory.
We're a factory.
So, but actually, this
broken parts.
This is a prediction. I'm going to go on a prediction here. Wentz to Indy.
It's not happening.
Philly. I'm going to say
he's not going to Indy. He's not going to Indy.
I think he might.
He's not
going to be like a basketball trade. Wentz, to Indy for I don't know who the hell they got. Who's their?
It's going to be no. It's going to be Wentz to Indy for a draft pick, and then we're going to get Stafford, and then
who does Indy have now? Is there
Philip Rivers retired?
I know since he left. Who's there?
Jacoby Brissett.
Never mind. Let's forget that.
Yeah, he signed a 2-year deal.
It's going to be like a 3-way trade anyway. So
that's exactly what it's going to be. And
a bunch of people will move around. Nothing will change. It'll all be the same crap.
They're not trading. They're not trading Wentz. They're not.
You're right.
Laurie sat down and they said whoever. That's probably why they hired whatever his name is, the new head
Sirianni.
Sriracha.
Sirianni.
Santorini.
Yeah. I agree. No, they're not. They can't possibly get rid of Wentz. I knew that was all bull. All along. You can't pay that kind of money and then move the guy. You can't do it.
I'd like to see this.
I guarantee you, Stafford does not want to see Matt Patricia's face ever again. Seriously, unless you don't want to see him. He does it
about talented players who got trapped in bad situations. Matt Stafford is right there.
Took 4 years out of that poor kid's freaking prime, and because he wants to wear a freaking pen in his hat or a pencil in his hat and sit there and scowl at people.
You know why Matt Patricia fucked up Detroit? Because he shaved his beard before he went there.
The beard theory.
It's the beard. It's the what's that guy's name? What's that? The guy who had the long hair and every time he cut his hair, he got weaker and weaker.
Samson.
Yeah, exactly. With it, like Samson without his hair. Matt Patricia shaved off his beard and then went to Detroit and we suck again. So, also, I'm doing a Super Bowl prediction. We already pretty much is going to be Buck. I say Bucks and Bills. Bucks win it, but I've been saying that since the beginning. We did our fantasy this year. I said Tampa Bay's going.
Well, yeah, they made a deal with the devil to freaking get to the Super Bowl.
The NFL wrote the script.
The devil went down to Tampa. He was looking for a soul to seal.
Tom Brady goes to Tampa Bay, and they play at home and win the Super Bowl. They wrote the damn schedule. This whole thing's fixed.
That's why the Cowboys haven't
It's
been
another
Yeah,
conspiracy theory.
it's totally fixed because
like Jerry Jones.
Dak Prescott purposely snapped his ankle.
Absolutely.
It was all part of the plan.
Actually,
Like,
Tanya Harding.
I'm gonna slide right here, and I'm gonna let and oh, there it is. Oh, I did it. Okay.
It's actually not broken.
Wait, you didn't
And
see
they
Tanya
held it
Harding?
up.
You didn't see Tanya Harding run out into the field real quickly and just go. Why my ankle? Why?
Oh my God.
All right, now you can end the show if you want. I just wanted to.
All right. So
I just
all
wanted
right.
to be a dick for a little bit.
Yeah. Anyway, okay. So guys, thank you for coming on. Barfy, it's always fun. Everybody, merch store down below in our little ticker, Barfy and the Bastard Brigade at threadless.com. And see us on Twitter. I'm trying to figure out a couple things with the Twitter, try to get a little bit more exposure with that. It's not really working out because we don't have a lot of people that are on Twitter that are watching this. So, but Facebook, Barfy and the Bold B, until Barfy figures that out as well.
Fuck you, Zuckerberg.
And then
Getting Zucker fucked
Barfy
over.
and the Bastard Brigade for our podcast, our weekly podcast that usually comes out on Tuesday around 9 o'clock.
This week's episode will be Shot Collar Roulette.
Oh, okay.
This
So
week's
we'll
episode
have
will be Shot
we'll
Collar.
have that, and that is on Anchor. You can also get it on Spotify, Apple Podcast. I'm not going to go around your, that stuff there that you do, but anyway. So we are also, this will be on YouTube, guys. Get on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, share it. Tell a friend, they'll tell a friend, and we'll do a pyramid scheme, and they'll tell 5.
Just like when we were 18 years old trying to go on a date. Bring a friend. Just bring a friend on board.
Just spread the word, everyone. We're having fun doing this. We're going to keep on doing it. So we'll force feed it if you don't like it.
Just like the people who don't want to wear masks. Let's spread this around.
Yes. So with that being said, hey gang, great time this week. We'll see you next time. We'll be doing a Super Bowl preview show in 2 weeks. Probably nothing next week. Maybe a little Eagles banter. Maybe a little something else. I don't know. Wait until the season's over, then we can start getting into the free agency stuff and all that kind of stuff in the draft. And that fun. And there's no Indianapolis this year. With
do we have real quickly? Do you have a video game system, right?
I do.
Like an Xbox or something like that?
Yeah.
I think we should have our own Pro Bowl.
Okay.
Well, we can Twitch it or twat it, whatever the hell it is. Well, we can get it up on here, and we're gonna have, we can have the Mono Bowl,
Okay.
And,
we'll look into that, and we'll see how we can set that all up. You're gonna have to get an Xbox Live subscription, buddy.
or we just do it next to each other, and
Yeah, we can do it that. We can do it that way.
I'm really good at Tecmo Bowl.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Actually, I'm really good at that old one where the field just vibrates and the guy just.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, gang, that was fun. We'll see you next time.
Be good, guys.